Hey everyone, this is Matt with Let's Talk Music. I'm here with D'Lannie and Stevie of Teleport out of Dallas, Texas. How are we doing this evening?
Doing really good.
Good, yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, you guys get hit with the heat wave today?
And it's
Oh
hot.
yeah.
Yeah, I got like 7 different shades on my arm right now.
Sunburnt left and right, yeah.
But
Yeah, it's 115 here today.
it's not that high
no,
here.
it's not that high.
It was
here,
104 this weekend, but
Yeah, with the heat index and the humidity, it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I feel like, anything that would touch me would stick to me right now.
Oh yeah, you could fry an egg, definitely.
Yeah, you guys got the dry heat though, don't you?
yeah, but we got lakes, so and pools, so we just jump in. We just swim for water and we're good,
Right. So let's talk about Teleport. Tell me how you guys formed and how you met.
Well, how Teleport formed was, we started as individual artists, and one night I just, heard Stevie making a beat, and I just had this crazy idea I was like, oh, we should do a song together, which we had collab before, but it was just different. The vibe he was on at that moment just kind of sparked the whole idea. And then that same night we came up with the group name Teleport with an A, and then it just kind of went from there. And it just kind of all came into place musically and ideas and concept wise and everything. So
nice. What's your take on it, Stevie?
Same thing. I was searching for a sound. I love a lot of different types of music, and I think we're both influenced by a lot of different styles. And I was searching for something that could be like a signature sound, something that could be different but feel good, and mixture between pop and I love alternative music and I love pop music, so I wanted to just cooking it up. And when I saw her face, I was just, how it is when you're making something, you're like, man, this is not that great. She's like, yo, this is awesome. Let's make a band. And,
right.
I just got super excited. And I honestly, I love collaborating. That's one of my favorite things about music, about art in general, is just meeting people and being able to talk and just go over the X's and O's, man.
Awesome.
I think combining styles too, like a lot of times as individual artists, they would say, oh, you have to pick a lane of what genre you are. And with Teleport, we kind of ride the line of alternative, synthwave, pop, electronic, dance. So it's like you can kind of just, throw everything in like into one specific, our own genre.
Yeah.
I would say.
Just travel between genres and kind of just explore, different. Not every emotion is the same. Just like, not every day is the same. So we feel like that's kind of our way of capturing that, time capsuling songs and saying this is how we felt at this moment, and the next time it could feel similar or it could feel completely different. It just gives us the freedom to be able to just do what we kind of want to do.
Right. Well, I'll be honest with you, man. I had no idea that Texas was so diverse. I've actually done, I think recently, you're my 4th or 5th interview with a band from Texas.
Yeah.
Some of them are rock, some of them are have kind of a southern rock to them. And you guys got the pop synth thing going on, and Ohio, we got it all here. We got death metal, we got country, we've got John Legends from here, Bone Thugs and Harmony. So, but Texas is you pick Texas, you pick a country music.
Yeah,
I know.
Dallas typically though is like a hip hop city.
Yeah, it's like
Dallas has more like
metropolitan, but
right.
We have a lot of rock. We have a heavy rock scene. A lot of bands come here. I've seen quite a few bands, and that's what's cool about us is we, I grew up kind of on the Warped Tour train, like, so I had a wide range of like different artists. Later it became a little bit more hip hop involved, but at first it was just, punk rock and just everybody it was diverse. It was just all different kinds of people from all different places and different backgrounds just coming over to celebrate music. And
yeah, I mean, I did, let's see, the guys that I did band last night, Blacktop Mojo. They're out of Palestine, Texas.
Nice.
Did a couple out of Houston. I mean, Pantera's up from around your guys' area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's so for such a big state, you just, I mean, like I said, I always thought of Texas as synonymous with big and steak and, country music. So.
What's crazy is I know we had Kelly Clarkson's from Dallas, and then you have Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato and all these people. So
the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah. Post Malone is from Grapevine, which is like 10 minutes from where we grew up. So it is just kind of like what?
Everything but country.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we do have a heavy country scene too. So
yeah,
it's just,
I love country music. Him not so much, but I love country.
It's not my thing, but
I love all types of
music. I love music, so I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm more of a rock guy. I grew up on like, some Michael Jackson, some Pat Benatar, stuff like that when I first started listening to music. But then as I got older, I got into like Kiss, Metallica, bands like that. And then my son opened me up to like the new metal stuff. And at first I was like, man, this ain't nothing but screaming and this and that. But then I started.
What bands?
The new metal bands?
Yeah.
Oh man, let me think here. Under Oath.
That was one of my first it was Under Oath, Lion King, Blink-182. Those were the first 3 albums that I've ever really heard that kind of shaped. Man, I've seen them live too. Under Oath is
right. Yeah. Hawthorne Heights, they're from Dayton, so is Devil Wears Prada.
Nice.
So,
you like A Day to Remember?
Yeah.
I do like A Day to Remember.
Yeah.
They kind of mixture. They kind of write little pop catchy hooks, and then with the rock and the heavy little breakdowns, I like that shit. That's cool.
Falling in Reverse is another one that,
yeah, he's hard too.
So, I mean, it's just, I've really been opened up recently with a lot of, because most of the bands that I'm doing are independent, and it's such a mix of everything. And honestly, I would love to be able to start like some kind of podcast or internet radio where I could just play your all's music, you know what I mean? So that people can hear it. Because our radio stations around here, I've tried to get guys, bands on them, and they're like, well, submit it on, local stuff or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it doesn't mean it's going to get played. I want these bands to get heard because, I mean, they're all good as well as you guys.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's music's, it's a tough world, man. I mean,
you have to love it to want to do it.
That's what everybody says. And for me, I mean, when I first started doing this, I thought I was doing something unique until I went on YouTube and seeing like there's, 100,000 other people doing it.
Right.
So, for me, it's more out of the love and joy of music, like I said, I've never really been much into hip hop or R&B, but there's things that, catch my ear, like, your new song, Don't Wait. I was sent the press release for it, really enjoyed it. Thought the video was killer. I mean, the masks that you guys are wearing, that's pretty sweet.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, I mean, it's some old school stuff, NWA, Snoop Dogg, stuff like that. But, I mean, you can't do interviews and you can't be into music if you're not opening yourself up to all genres.
I agree with that, man. And we appreciate you taking the time and vibing with us, because although we fit in a certain lane, we really do come from like really thick backgrounds of different styles of music.
Yeah.
She was more R&B, hip hop driven.
Urban.
I was very alternative rock. I mean, sometimes I went down a bender of System of a Down and kind of went down road again. Just something from 2004. I love Rise Against, and like that. So when we write, you know, we still have those influences because, you know, the cool thing about Don't Wait is it's kind of saying like that kid inside you is still there. You just have to tap it and reach into it and just find a way to love that person throughout every stage of your life.
Yeah, the concept of Don't Wait is to love yourself and finding yourself again.
So we try to channel, like, we try to be true to ourselves and who we were at every stage. And, you know, with music now and streaming, you have access to so much, man. It's so crazy. I can just go down an old bender and rediscover myself, you know.
So what got you, each of you, into music? I mean, you guys look like you're fairly young. So...
we're on the riding the line.
I mean, just like, what was it that made you start singing or made you start doing what you do?
Well, I started doing dance when I was like 3. My parents put me into dance, and I kind of just lived and breathed at the dance studio. I did that for about 5, 6, maybe 8 years. And then I really got into like when Britney Spears came out and Janet Jackson and Aaliyah. I grew up listening to all of them, Christina Aguilera. So I'm like, oh, I want to be a pop star. So I started doing singing lessons and got into that. Did a talent show. When I was supposed to stay off the internet, my parents left, and I got on the internet and submitted myself to a talent show, which conveniently they call my parents for, right, when they weren't home. And then I was just kind of, me personally, I was able to make my way kind of in the music industry because of that talent show. So shout out to Talent Rock. But I fell in love with music and like the music videos and everything like that. So we've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, for me, my dad was going to be a band major and he switched his major. And then my grandpa he played in the Air Force band. He played bass. So he was always really into music. Every time we'd come over, he would try to get us on the piano and gave me my first clarinet, which I didn't stick to because I didn't really like band that much. I kind of liked, you know, I was into like Under Oath and, you know, say oh sin and Take It Back Sunday. You know, I was like, nah. But I kind of observed music. I really loved the way it made me feel when I would just close my eyes and listen. And that's kind of how I create. So when I turned 18, I kind of hopped on late and I'm like, I'm going to do this, and had a couple projects and, you know, experimented with a few styles and then I met her, and, you know, her and her mom were like, yo, you can really do something. And
we went to LA together.
So then I just learned and learned. I'm still learning. And that's how I got into production. I just fell in love with just YouTube and just.
We honestly got tired of waiting on other people to do stuff for us.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
worked with like a gazillion producers, a gazillion songwriters. And it's just like, after a while, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna do it myself.
You know, bands are very involved in their instruments, right? Like you're practicing, have this kind of like thing. But like, you know, for the recording artists, they really don't do that much music. They record a song and then they kind of wait, you know what I mean? And we got tired of waiting. So
I think some artists, they don't have that option, you know? And I think that while we're independent artists, I think what he's saying is that, you know, some artists, once you're in it and you're signed, you kind of have to do things everybody else's way for a while and you have the platform to do what you want. For us, it's like, while we're independent artists, and we hope to grow that fan base as independent artists and be able to just kind of freely do whatever it is that we want to do and be able to write our own music. It just feels better too, like knowing like, hey, we created that beat, we created that music and production.
We want to just be involved in it.
Exactly.
I don't blame you. I mean, you know, being signed, I guess, is all well and good. You know, you're out there, you're doing, you know, these huge tours worldwide and, you know, possibly making, you know, big money. But I feel like with all the people that I've talked to, that anymore, independent's the way to go. I mean, you don't have people telling you, you know, what you're supposed to, you know, sing, what songs they want you to do, you know, this and that. You guys have the freedom to create whatever you want. And you say, hey, I like this. And you put it out on YouTube, you get views, you get hits and stuff. And like you said, D'Lannie, you build your own fan base. Right. And, you know, that's how things go. And I mean, Yeah, that's another reason I do these interviews is, I have a YouTube channel that I put these on. I share it on my regular Facebook page that I created for Let's Talk Music, and just try to get it out there as much as I can for people to see. And
Right.
with doing that, hopefully it expands your fan base. Some of them only have 5 or 6 views. Other ones have 200 and something. I'm not like some YouTube star or anything, but I'm just trying to do my part to get people out there, and I love talking to musicians.
Right. Yeah, I think that's really cool. And I think for us, obviously, any artist wants to be signed. Any artist wants that great booking agent to put you in front of thousands of people and play those festivals. But I think that if it's meant to come for certain artists, it will. But in the meantime, I think like you should really focus on like building your own fan base, growing your numbers,
loving what you do.
Exactly.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing for us.
Just have fun doing what you're doing, like exactly what you're doing. So,
because this is fulfilling for me. Yeah, it's fulfilling to sit down at my computer for 4 or 5 hours and create something, and then we write something, and then we record it, and then we see it, and we listen to it. Like that's enough for us. We love it.
Right, and I mean that's the important part. I think once you get to a certain point, so especially when you're in the big business, it's more of a job than it is, for the love of music.
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not, I guess I wouldn't say I'm fully educated on how that works, but I do know that I've heard artists say that, this song was put in front of us and they were pretty much like, you're going to do this song, whereas with you guys, you can say, no, we're not, that's not us. This is what we're going to do.
And even being independent artists, we still have people that are obviously like, in the industry that'll have strong opinions about stuff. And I think for us with this particular album, because the album's called Better Together, our first album, we're kind of just doing our own thing. Like, obviously we care about like, oh, we hope people love it. But at the same time, like we have to express what it is that Teleport even is. And I think Better Together, we just kind of really don't care. Like we just sort of put it out, and if people love it, they love it, and if they don't and it's not for them, then
it's how you have to be. It's a giant ocean of a lot of stuff. The internet is full of a lot of stuff. So,
but to your point, we don't have to like consider those opinions of certain people,
right,
while we're putting stuff out. So it is kind of cool. We're going, right?
I mean, obviously, you guys are putting your own money into it and this and that. And, it's nice to get a return on that. I'm doing the same thing, put my money into microphones and stuff like that. But I haven't really, my biggest moneymaker probably come off of my website with my store once I get that going. But, like I said, this is just, I enjoy this. I love meeting new people. I'm a very social butterfly. Love music, have since I was, a kid. And it's just to hear all the different, people from different places. Like I actually did an interview, I think a couple weeks ago with a band from India.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I interviewed the guy. He was in India. It was like 11 o'clock on a Saturday. It was 8:30 there. And he's just walking down the street, talking on his phone, and, he's doing a Zoom meeting. And I mean, it was really cool. I mean, this whole Zoom thing is just awesome.
It is. Awesome.
Yeah. Just more like, personality wise, puts a face to a name.
Yeah. It's easier to answer questions on text or like, send an email.
Like articles. Yeah.
But when we talk, I can, people can learn things about us that we wouldn't normally say,
I think that's what music industry too, like, and it has been for a while, but it's starting to get better to where artists can connect with fans, and artists can also connect with people that are in the music business, and just be able to kind of express their personalities better. Because for a while celebrities are just so like unattainable or unacceptable. But now with social media, we're sitting here talking to you in our house.
And people want that interaction. It's not good enough just to like, it's no longer an idea, or the song isn't good enough, or the video isn't good enough. People want which is important in humanity, period. I think everyone should.
People are people.
People need to connect with people. That's we're social animals. You
Yeah.
know, to some, even if you don't like people, you're still connecting in some sort of way. And you know, so for us, that's kind of we just wanted to do it on our own terms and it come across genuine and be ourselves. You know.
Exactly.
And we hope that we're doing that.
Yeah.
I could tell you for one thing's for sure is that, you know, your publicist, Shauna, you definitely hit gold with her. I mean, I started working with her probably maybe 8-9 months ago. And I mean, she has sent me band after band after band. And it was just one day, she sent me a message out of the blue and said, you know, are you having fun doing this? And I was like, the time of my life. And she's like, that's awesome. She's like, you know, I'm glad that you enjoy it. And these artists really appreciate it. And, you know, just going on. And I was like, you have no idea how good that makes me feel. I'm like, you know, it just, because I don't have any journalism background or anything like that. Again, I started a YouTube channel. This was all on the, like, it was an idea for my wife. She was like, you know, I'm not into music like you. I don't, you know, you talk to me about it. I'm just like, yeah, okay. You know, so, you know, why don't you start a blog? Well, I'm kind of a go big or go home person. So I started a website. I started a YouTube channel, you know, and she's like, okay. So it's been great. And I mean, Shauna she's an awesome person. I mean, like I said, I told her to keep them coming. And I mean, she does. It's just boom, boom, boom. And she'll even check in with me every once in a while. Like, you know, are you overwhelmed? Like I've got, I think 4 of her bands next week.
Awesome.
And like 2 more this week. So yeah, I mean,
you're busy.
And she actually just hit me up or set me up with the band Saliva. I'm going to do a live interview with them tomorrow.
Nice. Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah, it's been great, man. I mean, so I mean, you just talking about Better Together. Is that already out?
No, it'll be out sometime this year. It'll probably be later on in the year that Better Together actually gets released.
But we're dropping we're dropping a new thing that we're doing. It's called Letter to the Travelers. Mm-hmm. And it's just a montage, and we did this cinematic music with this letter that we'll switch off. So this one will be D'Lannie, and we created this kind of scene
showing our dream world.
Well, preluding the new song, and the new song's gonna be called Disco. Mm-hmm. And you'll probably like that one. That
one's like very rock.
It's electronic. I use a synthesizer, but I even have this 16 bar kind of just where it's just letting it. The synthesizer's like, but it's hard, man. I like it. So
that drops July 1st.
July 1st. So
and so will the music video.
Okay.
Well, come out sooner.
Yeah, Letter to the Traveler will come out sooner, that visual, but the actual video and the single will drop July 1st. So we're excited about that because people like Don't Wait, and everyone's like, oh, is your next single gonna sound like Don't Wait? And we're like, no, this is like completely different. We still have masks. But we switch up our masks, so it's never really like the same mask. That's what's different about us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we'll have masks and sometimes we won't. But the point of our masks is that if we're not wearing them, we don't feel like we're in a toxic environment. If we're wearing them, people will see as it comes out.
It's about being, sometimes we're uncomfortable and saying things and talking about certain subjects. Like, self-love is an uncomfortable subject for a lot of people.
Right.
So
identity itself.
Exactly. So, but putting the mask on is saying don't let your insecurity and your uncomfortable in your skin keep you from getting your message out. Like,
exactly.
You got to find a way to get your message out and do what you have to do, just like you're doing. Like, it's like you got to just grab it and capitalize and just go for it.
And it also makes it more like everything is so sexually driven right now in the industry. And I know as a female, I dealt with that being a solo artist. And for me, it just kind of makes me feel like, oh, I can breathe. Like if I don't want to wear makeup on or like, you know what I mean? Like for me, I just feel like I can be my, like he said, our kid self and just kind of it teleport to another place and time and just, it makes us feel just free. So we hope we can get more people to feel free with us and be on board.
For sure. We're just getting started. So
yeah, I love it, guys. So any plans of getting out on the road anytime soon?
We hope so. We just got a booking agent.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to do like local stuff.
We'll start.
first.
Yeah, we'll start here and kind of test out. We have, you know, we dropped Ghost Friends and Care and Royalty, and we haven't really got a chance to play those. So
Right.
we're kind of excited just to kind of test out the new music and
Maybe
play.
do some remixes
Yeah.
for clubs.
Yeah,
DJ stuff.
I really want to do the DJ thing and kind of just hybrid set and kind of we just want to have fun, and so we're excited to do that. We'll start here and then we'll hit you up. We'll hit you up when we get to Ohio, man.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to come to a show and do a live interview.
Yeah, we would love that.
We're gonna do that for sure. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you sharing everything you did. You know, I'm looking forward now to the single on July 1st, and you know, I'll let Shauna know that whenever the press release comes out to send it to me. I've been uploading the press releases to my website and everything like that. So
cool.
Well, we really appreciate you, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to check us out.
And whenever you want to do it again, man, we're down to talk. We love talking.
All right.
We'll talk some.
Maybe we could talk again when disco drops.
We'll talk some nerd. We'll talk some. I'll talk about DAWs and plugins, and I'll go as deep as you want to go.
He could go on and on forever. He's very philosophical.
And he is.
I'm more of like a conspiracy theorist. We both are like tinfoil heads, but yeah, we could go on and on. But if you do start a podcast, let us know, because we tried to start a podcast. We ordered all the equipment. We just didn't do it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not now.
I know. I've been reading up on it, so. Yeah, I'm definitely, like I said, I dig it. You got a great sound. The video was awesome. So, yeah, maybe we can do that when disco comes out. We'll
sure.
Talk again.
And if you want to, we'll follow you on Instagram. And if you want to follow us, like if anybody sees this and wants to follow us, we have a link in our bio that goes to our YouTube. And in our YouTube, we have all of our social links on there too. But it's at We Are Teleport with an A. So, but yeah, we really appreciate it.
When you drop the interview, tag us. We'll stay connected. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'll send it to Shauna too, so she'll send it to you. So,
okay,
cool.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy your evening, and thank you very much.
You too. Have a good day.
Later, man.
All right, later.